see how good the connection is going to be because Restream is giving us some issues. I'm taking them out right at the start of the show, Hector. Right at the start.
Full disclaimer, so everybody know, technical difficulties is sponsored by Restream.com.
We thank them for hosting this otherwise. Okay. People are big mad, Hector. Hector Beauchamp is back, by the way. Listen, if you follow us both, if you follow neither of us, we do this from time to time where we're like, hey, you want to cross promote, you want to do a crossover stream, his channel, my channel, Uptown Sports, subscribe, support, and obviously here on my channel. We're going to be talking about Bad Bunny performing at halftime of the Super Bowl and people getting big mad as expected. I said this morning. I was like, yo, I kind of want to record something on this. And then I hit you up. I was like, you want to do something tonight? Because I feel like all the anger is gonna happen like throughout the day. And as expected, we're gonna share some stuff and we're gonna laugh at a lot of it. But first of all, our reactions to this. I was pleasantly surprised just because you don't expect one of our people to get this kind of honor. But Jay-Z, Rock Nation, who is still handling this, Real Recognize Real, and Bad Bunny is just, he's out of here. Like he is out of here. So I felt a bunch of different things, but what were your initial takeaways from when this announcement just sort of hit your phone, and then obviously absorbing the reaction since?
When I saw because I was at the stadium since 9 o'clock in the morning for like the Yankees Red Sox media day open practice that they had. So when my news feed, like my TikTok feed, I think I got it last night or early this morning. And immediately I went on Twitter to see the reaction because I curate my TikTok for you to make sure that it follows a certain algorithm. So those videos weren't hitting me. So I was like, let me go on Twitter, knock on wood. Let me go on X to see what it is. And seeing the outrage, I wasn't surprised. I was expecting it. I was definitely expecting it. And you brought up Jay-Z, and at the end of the day, Brian, it's a business, right? Bad Bunny is the #1 streaming artist for the past 3 years in a row. Bad Bunny, not only Bad Bunny, but the Latino diaspora, they have a spending power of $5 trillion. I mean, globally, the Latino diaspora. Bad Bunny alone, his residency in Puerto Rico generated the Puerto Rican economy in excess of $700 million. It was sold out every day. Sorry, Brian. I just throw out the numbers real quick. My apologies.
Top #1 streaming artist for 3 straight years. Not leading up to this year, although he's been in the top 3-5, basically. We'll see where the 2025 numbers are because given the residency, the album, like this announcement, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Even in the year where Taylor Swift is about to drop, it wouldn't surprise me at all if he's #1 again. And I'm somebody who I don't listen to music based off of numbers. Like I don't give a shit about numbers, but his music specifically, and I don't know how much of we're going to talk about his actual music here, but obviously we're both fans. It's legitimately gotten better and better and better. Like when he first came out, or when he first started popping on people's radars, depending on where you were when it hit you, could be 10 years ago, could be slightly longer, a little bit less. For a lot of people I know, probably might be a little bit less, but within the last decade or so, you can hear refinement in his sound. You could hear the sound has gotten just better, more refined, more expensive for sure. In terms of the production that goes into it, in terms of the sampling is not cheap. Absolutely not cheap. You're sampling hits, like legendary, like classics from back in the day.
Give me 1 second. Somebody's knocking on my door. Give me 1 second.
And ultimately, you have somebody whose sound continues to get better and better, who's dropping albums that just sound better, more concise, all these different things. And on top of that, like, and this is something that we're going to get into, a lot of people, as Hector comes back, a lot of people we're complaining about. No surprise, and we'll put up some comments because salute to everybody in the chat as always. Drop donations, comments. We're gonna get to them. No surprise to me that a lot of the takeaway from certain people was this is the NFL, this is the Super Bowl. The halftime show should be in English. Bad Bunny speaks Spanish predominantly, although his English has gotten much better. Frankly, his English is better than my Spanish. My Spanish is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like unleashing it a lot in person, but I can speak it, but it's just not, it's not great. But regardless, a lot of Bad Bunny fans don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Every music is universal. You know slap when you hear it, and you know a star when you see one. He's undoubtedly a star, and he makes bangers. And anyone could hear, especially over the last couple of albums, over the last 5 years or so, and even going back to his collaboration with like J Balvin, and even before that, you hear certain songs, you're like, oh, this is a banger, this is a banger, this is a banger, even though you don't have, like, you need to like see what the lyrics mean, right? So like that's just sort of where I'm at with it. Before we look up tweets, I wanted to just get your take on that piece of it as well.
No, 100%. And shout out to everybody who's in the building. My man, the Ace Avenue Future is here as well. Daniel's here. Marlins fan 32. To your point, when it comes to us New Yorkers, we have a very unique connection when it comes to like the our native tongue in Puerto Rico, right? When it comes to speaking Spanish, a lot of us are no sabo kids. A lot of us grow up, and I can admit that, right?
You should tell certain people who don't know what that means.
Yeah, a no sabo kid is what they call like Puerto Ricans that are from the mainland, like us, that don't speak Spanish. But as somebody who grew up understanding it, understanding it, because my grandmother and my mom spoke to me, it was just hard for me to speak it back because I never practiced it.
A lot of us understand, but have a hard time
perfectly, but it's hard for us to like talk about. And on top of it too, it's like when I'm talking in Spanish, I'm thinking in English, and that's where I get caught up at.
Right.
But as somebody who listens to Bad Bunny, and I let my Spotify DJ, he comes at me every time when I play it, because he's like, we're gonna play you some Bad Bunny just to let you know you're in the top 2% of Bad Bunny listeners in the world. I'm like, just read me the film, just tell me I'm obsessed with this man because I love Bad Bunny. But as somebody who's grown fondness for Benito over the years, my Spanish has gotten better because I've listened to Bad Bunny, and because I've wanted to read his lyrics and see what he's actually saying.
All right, now let's share some screen. Let's do the tweets first. Let's do some tweets first. So we're gonna start in the obvious place of, give me a drum roll. Just give me a bullshit drum roll. DJ Vlad.
I did not see this.
Okay, all right, this is great. This is awesome. DJ Vlad, Bad Bunny headlining. Hold on, let me move this over so I can see the chat also. See how this looks on the screen. Okay, that's fine. We'll move it over here a little bit more. Okay, that's good. Bad Bunny headlining the Super Bowl is strange to me. I'm glad he's getting such a huge opportunity, but none of his songs are in English, and I don't speak Spanish. Most of the audience at the Super Bowl won't speak Spanish. Only 14% of Americans speak Spanish, which is crazy because Spanish is like a widely spoken language in the United States. But anyway, so most of the television audience won't know or understand his songs either. I disagree with that. I can see him doing a major event like FIFA or the World Cup. Is that racist? Where there is a massive Spanish audience, but the Super Bowl doesn't make sense. It seems like the NFL is trying to expand its Latino audience at the expense of existing fans. What are your thoughts? See, I think if your fans can't handle Spanish, can't handle a show in a different language, then I think that says something about your fan base.
What I'm going to say about this is people are telling on themselves.
Yes.
Right? It's reminiscence of, you remember when Stephen A. Smith is known for saying a bunch of dumb shit over the past few years. But when Stephen A. Smith said that Shohei Ohtani cannot be the face of Major League Baseball because this is an American pastime and he does not speak English, it's giving that same type of energy. And somebody like DJ Vlad from Vlad TV with the history of bigotry in America, with everything that comes with it, with his family's background, for him to point out that he doesn't speak English, or his songs aren't in English, you're telling on yourself.
He does speak English though. Like that's the thing too. Like he just did Hot Ones. Sean Evans wasn't speaking to him in Spanish, like the entire interview. You know what I mean? Like he's doing more. Like he's learned English, and like, granted, yes, the majority of his songs, like you're not going to hear an English word. So what?
Mm-hmm.
Again, music is universal. A banger is a banger, and you know it when you hear it. This dude has bangers, Super Bowl level bangers, and songs that have like hundreds of millions. Man, we could pull up the Spotify numbers if we want. There are songs, every song in this album, it's like hundreds of millions of views. There's probably some in the billions in terms of not views, streams. People purchase these albums too, like they're not just streaming them. Let's get to some more. There's just ridiculous. Oh, this is something. Actually, you know what? We'll get to that part of that a little bit later. We also have.
Look, so like right there, that person, you have enough time to learn Spanish before the Super Bowl. That person, right, that replied to him, the first person that replied to him, and it's true.
You also don't have to just come into the Super Bowl with an open mind. It's bangers, bro. This is not a halftime show only for Isaiah Pacheco. You know what I mean? Like if he's even in the Super Bowl, I don't know if the Chiefs are going to get that far. Dove Kleiman, this account is awful. Whoever they sold it to is terrible. But trending, thousands of NFL fans have already said they will be boycotting the Super Bowl halftime show. That's bullshit. No, you're not. You love football too much. You know, y'all love football too much to ban.
That was too good, bro.
To ban the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not my quarterback. Not my quarterback.
Not my Super Bowl halftime show, Hector. Unless the NFL changes the singer from Bad Bunny to an American performer. Again, this is telling on yourself. Puerto Ricans, even though it's colonialism, damn it, we're American also. Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican and the songs are primarily in Spanish, minimal English. And they posted this photo of him in a dress.
First of all, that dress is fire. Second of all, those boots are fire. And third off, it's not our fault that Puerto Rico is a part of the empire. We did not ask to be born in the empire.
Yeah. And this is inevitable. This is always the counter. This gif, right? This not gif, a meme right here of all these
neckbeards.
Shout out to the neckbeard. Speaking of, let's laugh a little bit. Actually, let's laugh at this. This is from what's this guy's name? Brent Terhune, who I believe is a comedian, and he looks like he'd be one of them, but he's not. He spoofs them a lot. This is hilarious.
I've seen this. I've seen this guy. Yeah, I've seen this guy.
I hope y'all could hear this. Tell me if you hear the sound.
So they named Bad Bunny the Super Bowl halftime show, and in the most predictable outrage ever, I'm pissed off. I mean, I'm mad. I'm a Category 5 Alex Jones. You know, year after year, NFL, you just keep messing up with these shows, and you should know better. You know I'm fragile. You should know that if the wind blows the wrong way, I'll boycott the breeze. It's in my nature. I was going to boycott this season anyway. I've been boycotting every year for the last 10 years, and I'm not quiet about it. I've made it known. And then what do you stop doing? You stop catering to somebody like me, a guy who wasn't going to watch anyway. This is ridiculous. Nothing's for me anymore. I'm a straight white English-speaking American man, and if 15 minutes out of the year isn't directly for me, I'm pissed off! I'm not happy unless I'm mad. And did you know Bad Bunny's not even from the United States? I bet not. That means something, being from the United States. Just ask The Weeknd, Rihanna, and Coldplay. You know, at least when you brought in a foreigner, Shakira had the decency to have a big fat ass for everybody to look at. You done messed up now, NFL. Here's a little preview of my review this year's.
This part is awesome, where he basically does like this is exactly what you're gonna hear after the halftime show, or really as it's going on. Just like how we could have had this conversation before the last Super Bowl, and we could predict what the response is going to be from a bunch of people about Kendrick Lamar. Another great halftime show, by the way. Loved it.
Super Bowl 4 months in advance. That halftime show, that was demonic. It was gay. It was anti-ICE. It was unpatriotic. It was too sexual. It made me think. I couldn't understand a word he was saying, and he didn't speak no English.
America.
I'm done with you, NFL. Fuck the NFL and go Colts. Epstein Files.
I have
shout out to Brett. That was great.
No, that's hilarious. But the thing is that Bad Bunny has some like English versions of his songs. I have one. If you can, like, cue it up for me. If you can, don't worry. Like, he has one ready for you guys to go. I got it right here. Hold on.
Let's see
if it plays.
Let's try not to get flagged. Also.
Oh no, this right here.
She's coming over here and she never comes alone. She never comes alone. All the bandits are whipping out their chrome. And tonight there's gonna be twerking, rubbing, grinding, clubbing, twerking, rubbing, grinding, clubbing.
When I post the clip, that's what I'm gonna post. Honestly, like that's what it's gonna be. You know, not a ton of enunciation, but it is what it is.
No, honestly, I gotta say, when you messaged me about doing this, at first I was like, I've been at the state. I've been up since like 7:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make time to have this conversation because, like you said in the voice note, and I'm going to say it here and you can add on to it.
Sure.
It's important for us as Latinos, us as Boricuas in sports media to have this conversation because we understand that the state of where we are at in this place that we live in right now, especially when it comes to us being Latinos, there's a big melting pot. I wouldn't say a melting pot, but there's a lot of members of the Latino community that aren't able to have these conversations like we're having these conversations, right? There's a lot of people, dark-skinned Latinos, a lot of LGBTQ members of our community as well that can't have these conversations. I feel that it's important for us to have it, so I appreciate you, Brian.
But Hector, I want Kid Rock to be there at halftime, damn it. Where's Morgan Wallen?
I don't even have a comeback.
Where's goddamn Jelly Roll?
Oh man.
By the way, somebody said should have been Metallica, and I'm like, look, I love Metallica. Legitimately, like you want to talk about a rock acts that deserve it, like legendary metal acts that deserve it. We could talk about this. Just if you want to say Bad Bunny is not deserving, that's bullshit. We're gonna get into some reasons why. One more tweet. Buckle up, folks. Benny Johnson.
God.
If you don't know who this is, you're better off. This is Bad Bunny. He was announced as a 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. Massive Trump hater, anti-ICE activist, no songs in English. He even canceled his entire U.S. tour for this reason. Quote, fucking ICE could be outside my concert, and that's something that we were talking about and was very concerned about. The NFL is destructing year after year. Now, this leads me to this point. I do think that with this concert, because again, the entire residency was in PR, the tour for the album, all these different things. What I think, Hector, is we're going to get a statement. And he's using the Super Bowl because, well, one, a lot of the people that are going to be there are football fans. Like they're not going specifically for Bad Bunny. And I bet some people will now, but they're not going there specifically for Bad Bunny. Some of them, they're going to be going for the football game, whoever's in it, you know? And I think that, like Kendrick Lamar, there will be a way to make a statement that is creative, that may be a little bit more subtle, just because you got to play the game a little bit. But I think, as Astrid says in the comments, I do think there's going to be intention with what he's going to do. I think this is going to be one where, because listen, he speaks out on a lot of different things. He responded to Tony Hinchcliffe calling Puerto Rico garbage with a 10-minute Instagram video, and I don't watch 10-minute Instagram videos. That's probably the only 10-minute Instagram video I've watched ever, because I hate watching verticals for that long. I just can't watch verse for that long. I just can't do it. But like, yo, I do think there's going to be a lot of different types of messaging here. I think the playlist is going to be carefully crafted. Like, and I think there's going to be, like, visually, it's going to be beautiful. There's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be great. I don't think it's going to be just for us either, right? Like, I do think other people, if you're open-minded, will be able to enjoy it. But there's going to be some people who are preemptively going to hate it just because, you know, it's not their halftime show.
It's Americans have an issue. No, I don't want to say issue. Americans have have a certain arrogance about them, thinking that the world or they are the center of the universe and everything else revolves around them, when that's not true. Brian, you and I, we've had conversations about soccer is the biggest sport globally, but fans in America would like to be ignorant when it comes to soccer or respecting the game of soccer and the history that it has for as many years as it's been around, with the different tournaments and the different championship leagues that goes around, and how much eyes and how the fan base that is when it comes to international football. This is America's wake-up call to realize that you aren't the center of the universe. The world does not have to cater to you. You know what I can't wait for, Brian? I think somebody just put it in the chat. I can't wait for the Super Bowl to be in fucking Saudi Arabia in a couple years. I can't wait for the Super Bowl to be in Europe. I can't wait for the Super Bowl to be in Spain. I'm rooting for it, bro. I can't wait.
Listen, Saudi Arabia just bought EA. They're going to buy WWE. That's a prediction. I think
they're bringing back NBA Live. They bring back NBA Live. I forget everything. I
won't. I won't. I know you're joking. They're Project 2030. Juan, shout out to Juan, says NFL wants games in Spain, so this Bad Bunny thing helps. That is true. Shout out to Lorenzo. Shout out to Jacob.
Yes.
What is going on, everybody in the chat? Also, Hector, where's your hat from?
I got this from the TikTok shop. If you guys go on the TikTok shop, it's a company that's called, hold on, I'm not trying to show my bald ass head. Premium Headwear on the TikTok shop.
Premium Headwear on the TikTok shop.
There you go.
Okay. Let's look through the performers of the last, let's do 10 Super Bowls, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do 10. Because we could also talk about like worth or whatever. Actually, let's get to Lorenzo's comment first, because this is a pretty extensive one. American artists can't do the numbers Bad Bunny does. Whew. Look at the views some of these American artists have alone, and then look at their views when they get IMA.
I think get on a song with Bad Bunny.
Okay. I should have read the rest of the sentence. I got you, Lorenzo. When they get in the song with Bad Bunny. I should pull up the streaming number.
And just let everybody know, Enzo is a published producer as well. Like, he works in the music industry. So shout out to my guy Lorenzo Cardona, who is in the chat right now. Enzo, my guy, I hope all is well, brother.
Okay, let's actually pull up that first before we get to the previous halftime performance. So from everyone's favorite, listen, you graduated college because of Wikipedia. Most streamed artists of the last, I mean, streaming hasn't been available forever, obviously. So just going back to 2013, most streamed artists in the world. Bad Bunny from 2020, 2021, and 2022 ran the table. Last year, second to Taylor Swift. Actually 2023, second to Taylor Swift. And then here in 2024, third behind Taylor Swift and The Weeknd. And we just talked about how 2022, by the way, he released an album. Didn't release an album in 23, 24. He released an album now. And it's within the realm of possibility that he's number one again. Yeah. By the way, the only other person to be number one 3 times apparently in the streaming era was Drake. And that was a while ago. And also at a much different clip, because look at the numbers from 860 million from Ed Sheeran. And then we're talking about Taylor Swift getting to 26 billion. Taylor Swift is obviously worldwide as well. Supposedly they asked her and she declined. That's been like the rumor that's gone around. So like if Taylor Swift was your first option and Bad Bunny was your second option, yeah, that's reading the room. Also, The Weeknd already did it. So and obviously you're not going to get Drake a year after you got Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, this is the class of people we're talking about, though, right? this is who we're talking about in terms of who quote unquote deserves this, right? And then if you're going to the halftime shows from, let's see, last 10 years, right? So we're going from 2016 till now. Coldplay, which I'm sure people would love for them to be there again. Also, Beyonce and Bruno Mars were in that. They were part of that, right? I think. Lady Gaga 2017, Justin Timberlake 2018, not the Janet Jackson one. That was way.
Yeah, that was that. But that performance was trash from Justin Timberlake. That shit was horrible.
Maroon 5 2019. Travis Scott, Big Boy, Georgia State University. Shakira, Jennifer Lopez in 2020.
That was cool.
Look, man, a lot of people were very, very, very excited for that. By the way, Bad Bunny was.
I was about to say Bad Bunny and J Balvin was there also.
Bad Bunny was part of that, and that was when he was becoming. My mic dropped. He was becoming what he is now in a real way. The Weeknd in 2021, that one was weird. The Weeknd's album, most recent one, is a banger though. And then you had the West Coast theme one in 2022, which is really centered around Dr. Dre and Snoop. Eminem was a part of it. Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, and Anderson .Paak were also there.
That was pretty cool.
Which is pretty cool. Rihanna in 2023, pregnant
Rihanna too. Yeah. Then she announced that to the world she was pregnant.
Unbelievable. You do that, and then it's like, yo, by the way, like, you know, Usher 2024, Alicia Keys was there. That got really intimate. Sorry, excuse me. Kendrick Lamar, obviously 2025, and Bad Bunny 2026. Like he's in that class.
I just want to point out my girlfriend Alex in the chat. I heard her typing away. Usher's show was fire. Vehemently typing. Usher's show was fire.
Remember to subscribe to both of us and follow both of us if you're watching. This is streaming on both of our channels. We do these collabs from time to time.
Yes, we gotta do more, especially now that the basketball season is back. Just a shameless plug: Latino Sports will be covering the entire MLB postseason run and the NBA season with the Knicks. My fault. Shameless plug.
Yeah, and that's where we're at. So, guys, questions, comments on the Bad Bunny stuff, just where you're at with it. We'll take some before we get up. If we want to stay longer, you could have my Mets tears because they didn't make the playoffs. But I was
saving this. I was saving this because I got a Mets shirt on. I wore it just for
Christmas.
You. You know.
By the way, I think Bad Bunny's most recent album is his best one.
Yeah,
I was listening to it before I got on here. I think it's his best one. Also, the Amazon numbers that he just did with the fucking concert on Prime,
it was ridiculous.
Mark Anthony at the end, he brought out fucking everybody. Jesus Christmas! Yeah, during one of the shows, he had like Xander Zayas on stage, which to me, as a boxing guy, I was like, oh shit, that's a big. I think Oscar Collazo was there too, who just retained his title by knockout because Puerto Rico's got several world champions now. Outside of Amanda Serrano, who obviously has been carrying the torch since Miguel Cotto left, pretty much. What you were about to say?
I was going to say real quick, when he brought out Mark Anthony, I think every Titi in the world screamed at the same time. Every Titi in the world screamed when Mark Anthony came out there.
I think and so I think with Mark Anthony coming out was like the perfect way to end that too. And I kind of hope, like, I wonder if that's something they can replicate. Like, is it too niche to bring out Mark Anthony in the Super Bowl? I wonder who he's gonna bring out. Like, some people have thrown out Cardi B, which would be so Cardi B's pregnant. She's apparently gonna give birth supposedly like December, January. There's a quick turnaround of February, but listen, I've seen WNBA players give birth and then 2 months later they're in the season. It's ridiculous. So who knows?
I know one person he may bring out. I
was gonna say J Balvin, but the way you're talking, it doesn't sound like it's gonna be J Balvin.
Hell no.
Who we think
he's gonna bring out? No Sabo. He's gonna bring out Sábado, Snow the product. with her Ice song, her Sábado song. I'm telling you, first of all, where's it at?
It's LA.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who welcomed him in? Gavin Newsom. Where is Snow the product from? LA.
Yeah. This is if you want to get technical, Santa Clara. So San Francisco, this is Bay Area, but
the Bay Area, but California, yeah, you know what I mean, yeah.
I don't think Lorenzo mentioned Daddy Yankee. I don't think.
Well, Daddy Yankee's like a Christian, pastor right now. So if he wants to appeal to like that side of the aisle, then yeah, you could bring Daddy Yankee. They can have their Christian representation with Daddy Yankee.
Or you can go the complete opposite direction. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of different directions you can go to with this. There's certain like the Cardi B one is interesting because she hasn't done it, right? She obviously has the records for it if you're only going to bring her out to do a couple records or whatever the case may be. And I do wonder with Bad Bunny, he's going to have a lot of time to fill. Like I remember Kendrick Lamar's set list. Did it reach 20 songs? It was like 15, 20, something like that. It was ridiculous.
Or because of reggaeton and it being popularized in the US by Noriega, I could see him bringing Nori out. I could see him bringing Nori out because Ora Mi Canto, that song is what that was mainstream reggaeton in the States. Like after Daddy Yankee, it was that song.
I got to think about this a little bit more. I do think though, so just to tie it all in together.
Yeah.
This dude getting this honor, right? Look, Jay-Z and Rock Nation people, again, they know what they're doing. But him to be able to do this, like I'm very curious about what he's going to try to get out there. His latest album obviously got awards. There's so many bangers on this. And this is also around Grammy time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be hearing about him.
Yeah, that's also,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that's also another
so Debí Tirar Más Fotos came out in January. That's going to be for not the past Grammy cycle. That's going to be for this coming Grammy cycle because the cycle for the upcoming Grammys ends around this time. And the Grammys for 2026, which are obviously going to be around that same time, they're February 1st. The Super Bowl's after that. So this is also strategic from the standpoint of, Bad Bunny is going to get at least one Grammy for this album. Mm-hmm. Something. I don't know if it's album of the year. I don't know if it's like obviously in the Spanish language category, he's probably gonna do work in that. But songs, visuals, like he's gonna be up for a lot of different things. We're actually gonna start hearing about that pretty soon. You hear about that stuff before the end of the year. And the Grammys, it's gonna be the 68th Grammys. That's gonna be February 1st, and that's also going to be in Los Angeles. So he's gonna be there regardless in California. So coming off of that, like, it's going to be an incredible bump. And I love that. And I do think like this is also the NFL trying to, like, now Latinos are not a monolith. So
yeah,
he's not symbolic for, I guess, everyone, quote unquote, but they're using him as, oh, okay, this is going to be for the Latino audience, even if he's specifically Puerto Rican, but like, it's not to say that every Latino, like this is for everybody, because I think there are some Latinos who are like, oh, I'd rather see one of my people or whatever. But let's be clear, this dude is loved everywhere, pretty much. So I think those two things can also coexist.
I was gonna say real quick, when you see the people that were saying, we don't want to see Taylor Swift in the NFL. We don't want to see them and we don't want to see Taylor Swift, but they're the ones crying for Taylor Swift. To me, it just shows
right. That's funny. That's
how
funny.
Unrealistic they are. Like, you're unserious. I cannot take you serious. anymore. I can't take you serious. 2 weeks ago, Taylor Swift is the worst thing to happen to the NFL. Right now, 2 weeks ago, the NFL they did a memorial to such and such. You guys know the person. Don't want the thing demonetized, so I can't say it. But now, all of a sudden, because they have Bad Bunny performing at the halftime, they're just woke and just destroying the sport. Come on, man, you guys are unserious.
Last thing before we get out of here, you want to see the pending awards Bad Bunny has? Pending meaning nominated. Don't know if he's gonna win. Just for this album.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's more, by the way. If you just continue, see, he has an. This is how you know he's big enough. You have a Wikipedia article for your awards. You see this number: 481 nominations and 184 wins and counting. This album will probably put him over 200.
Crazy.
This is ridiculous. Like you're looking at. So this is Billboard Latin Music Awards. This is what all this pending shit is for. You're going to see more than that. We actually got a good comment here for Lorenzo. It'll be a big deal if he wins an American Grammy, not just Latin Grammys. This is why 100%. I tell people, by the way, this is why I used to tell people, because I would get like, when you're breaking into the industry, Brian, you should perfect your Spanish so you could try to get on ESPN Deportes. And I'm like, you trying to say I'm not good enough to cross over? You trying to say like, you trying to say like, I'm not good enough to like, be with them? You know what I mean? Like, like what do you mean? Like, so I do think, I think there's absolutely something to that. And this is why, look, he's won a lot of Billboard Music Awards, not just Latin Music Awards as well. We're going to see what happens with that moving forward. I got to scroll all the way to get to Grammys. Here we go.
For all the God.
So this is from 2025. So for 2026, yeah, you're going to see more here. He actually does have 3 Grammy Award victories. So, and they're for like Latin categories. So I'm curious to see now with the Super Bowl nomination, whether he'll get an Album of the Year actual category like he did for Un Verano Sin Ti, so, which was Album of the Year nominated for 2023. Didn't win, which, I get it, but I do think this is going to be good competition. There's a lot of good shit that came out this year. The Clips came out. I actually think Kendrick's album is going to hit this cycle because I think it was after last Grammy cycle, if I'm not mistaken. So that could be in there. Yeah. Like there's going to be real competition for this, but we'll see.
We're going to say, and Enzo, another great chat from Enzo. Enzo says, I have a Grammy vote. This would be a big convo when we are voting on categories and nominations. Enzo, shout out to you again, brother. And I know when it comes to the Bad Bunny vote for a Grammy, he should be winning multiple Grammys, not just Latin Grammy. And to your point, Brian, again, I don't like putting all this weight into these award shows.
Or Bad Bunny himself. I thought you were going to say that too. Like
no. Into these award shows, because
I agree.
At the end of the day, regardless of how great Bad Bunny is, he has to be 50 times better.
Yes.
Because of how Latinos are looked at.
So do we.
And so do we. The amount of times I've been on with Dexter Henry and the amount of times people in the comments section fucking called us DEI hires and shit like that. I've been wanting to say that for the longest. I'm sorry. I've been holding it like a fucking fart.
Unfortunately, it's part of the game. But yeah, I do think. Look, that's also part of the business, unfortunately. But look, the awards thing is also just to highlight like how mainstream he's become, and yet still very authentic. And the last thing I'll say, like the very last thing I'll say, is I heard somebody mention, and one of the things that I really appreciate from him is just. He really, 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 really stands for something. He has all the money in the world at this point. He's going to have a lot more because of the Super Bowl. But I appreciate that he stands for something, that Bad Bunny stands for something, because a lot of all the money in the world who could take any stance you want, who could fight for all these different causes, who could be an advocate for all these people who need advocacy, don't stand for shit. And now we're in a very, very soulless time where people are just taking the money, whether it be like the Riyadh Comedy Festival, whether it be just to perform far away from home so that your fans can't see you, so that people can't see you for whatever it is you're doing, for working with this brand and this brand or a million different brands and not saying no to a fucking thing. Bad Bunny stands for something, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that he stands for a lot of shit. And I do think because he has a moral code, he's taking this for a reason. And I do think there's gonna be some power behind this. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, same. And then again, I don't want to put all this weight on Benito, and then because regardless of what he does, with all the hype and buildup that's going to be that's going into it, some people may not see it as, oh, he should have done more, or he could have done way more with the platform that he has. But like I brought up earlier, his residency in Puerto Rico was sold out every day for 6 months straight.
Yeah.
For same, me and my girlfriend at the end of the summer,
6 months or 6 weeks. What is it?
So 6 weeks straight. I meant to say 6 weeks straight. Sorry about that. So straight for 6 weeks straight. Me and my girlfriend was talking about how we're mad at each other that we didn't set aside some money to go to Puerto Rico for this residency. This is one of those moments that you're going to look back like, damn, I hope it happens again. But again, generating in those 6 weeks over $700 million for the Puerto Rican economy, the Airbnbs, the hotels, the tourist market,
who have had to deal with natural disasters, Hurricane Maria less than 10 years ago, the Luma energy bullshit,
the Jones Act,
weird, just political, like just people lying about everything.
Yeah.
In terms of advocating for Puerto Rico and then turning their back. People moving down there for tax purposes, Jake Paul, and trying to parade it as like, oh, we're actually trying to do like great things here. Like I think. Yeah, and just using it as a place to just take advantage of, so to speak. You know, so I appreciate the things that he does, what he's doing, and I think, yeah, this is going to be great.
And at the end of the day, like I said, Jay-Z is a capitalist. The NFL is a capitalist like organization. It's all about making money. They know what Bad Bunny is. They know what his residency did. They know what his numbers are doing when it comes to his album and the streaming numbers. And like I said, the Latino diaspora, the NFL, they're trying to take this game globally. We see it every year with the games that they play overseas. This is something that they're trying to do. And when you have the Latino diaspora they have a spending power of 4.5 trillion to $5 trillion, this is how you open the market. And if you're an American fan that's upset about that, go punch the air.
Subscribe, follow. That's it. Subscribe. Uptown Sports TV, YouTube, my YouTube channel. Just have my name, Brian Fonseca. Gonna have a stream tomorrow night actually with friend of the show, Candace Pedraza. WNBA Finals preview right after the semifinals ends.
Shout out to Candace. She does amazing work when it comes to covering not just the WNBA, but just like everything she covers. She's amazing.
More Puerto Ricans in media. You're going to be on Uptown Sports covering Yankees Red Sox, and Latino Sports covering Yankees Red Sox. So tune in for that. The Discord is in the description. It's free. Please join. We're growing it. We're running it. We just started it, so there ain't a lot of people there yet.
Yes, join us, please.
Join, and we're trying to turn that into something. So everyone who was here, you join there. It'll be a good time. We have every sport there, and we pop in from time to time, obviously, and we're going to pop in more consistently, do more stage shows and things of that nature. Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I don't use Facebook anymore. You use Facebook?
I use Facebook just so I can I could just shit on like people I went to high school with.
So Hector on Facebook.
Yeah,
you don't need to request me on Facebook, but all those other channels. And let us know what you think about this landmark achievement for Bad Bunny for Puerto Ricans everywhere, and we could extend it to the Latino community, even though Latinos are not a monolith, and maybe not everyone may see it the same way. And let us know if you'll be looking forward to, and perhaps even getting tickets to Bad Bunny's performance. Take care. Have a good rest of the night. Have a good rest of the week. I'll be back on this channel in about 24 hours because that stream's going to be very late. And Hector will be in Yankee Stadium in less than 24 hours.
Yes.
So
Yankees, Red Sox tomorrow, Latino Sports. I'll be covering every Yankees playoff home game. Let's go Mets 2026. Love you, Brian.
And I'll be previewing the Knicks first preseason game with Dexter Henry tomorrow afternoon in the city. So we're going to be in studio talking about that. I'll be at some Knicks games this year. We'll see what happens. So
let's go.
Take care, everybody. See y'all soon.
Read me the dirt.